Have you ever wondered if the emperor spent all his time in a palace 1,000 miles away, how did people even know he was alive? Well, the truth is, most people in ancient China didn't really care if the emperor was alive or not. I mean, it's not like he lived next door. But here's the problem. When the emperor died, your daily life could instantly fall apart. No weddings, no parties, no fun. And sometimes, even a bad haircut could get you killed. Let me explain. Part 1. Who actually panicked when the emperor died? When an emperor died, the busiest people were not peasants. It was officials in the capital, because the first thing they had to do was announce it officially by writing something called a final edict. Think of it as the emperor's last message to the nation. But here's a twist. Most emperors did not write their own final edict. There was no signed will waiting in a drawer. Instead, it worked like this. If someone was standing next to the emperor when he died, and heard he mumble something like, "Tell my son to get married, be nice to my brothers, and stop killing widows," then officials would politely take those words and turn them into a very fancy, extremely dramatic political document or poem. Like turning, "Hey, please don't do human sacrifice anymore," into, "By heaven's mandate, the benevolent emperor compassionately abolishes barbaric customs." Same message, very different webs. The ancient imperial editors worked hard. Part 2. When no one listened to the dying emperor. But what if no one was there? Or worse, officials didn't care what the emperor wanted. The officials just made stuff up. Some emperors' final edicts were basically writing against them. In the Ming Dynasty, a few emperors ended up with final edicts that were full of self-criticism, even blaming themselves for ruining the country. One prime minister later got accused of defaming the dead emperor because people realized, wait, this doesn't sound like something the emperor would ever say. Well, too late. It's already official history. Part 3. How did ordinary people find out? Now you might ask, okay, but regular villagers wouldn't know the emperor died, right? Actually, they would. Because the announcement went through the entire bureaucracy. Capital to province, to city, to county, to village leaders. Unless you lived deep in the mountains, or were a homeless drifter, you would hear the news, and even if no one told you, you'd still notice something was very wrong. Part 4. The empire goes quiet. Because when an emperor died, it triggered something called national mourning. Think of it like the entire country being forced into mourning mode. During this time, no weddings, no celebrations, no public entertainment, no festivals. If one day you woke up and noticed markets suddenly empty, no wedding processions for weeks, everything strangely quiet, yeah, the emperor probably just died. Part 5. Yes, even your hair was regulated. Different dynasties had different mourning rules. In the Qing dynasty, for example, official mourning lasted 27 days. Everyone wore plain clothes. Officials were not allowed to shave their heads. Now, here's the funny part. In Beijing, people follow the rules carefully. In the countryside, hair gets itchy, razors come out, nobody really checks. Until the new emperor suddenly decides to enforce the rules. Part 6. When a haircut became a death sentence. One infamous case happened during Emperor Qianlong's reign. His wife, the empress, died. Some officials thought, okay, your father dying is serious, but your wife? Surely that's not the same level. I mean, he probably had a few spares, and if not, he could just get a new one. It was a wife, not a person. So they shaved their heads. Bad decision. Qianlong took it personally and had several high-ranking governors executed for shaving during the mourning period. A simple haircut ended with just a few inches off the top. Part 7. Why this actually mattered for farmers. But the biggest impact wasn't parties or hair, it was a calendar. Every new emperor announced a new reign name. That affected how years were counted, official dates, and most importantly, the agricultural calendar. Farmers relied on the official calendar to know when to plant, when to harvest, and when seasonal changes were expected. So when the reign name changed, people immediately knew, okay, new emperor, new era, things are officially different now. After the Yuan dynasty, emperors usually kept one reign name for life, so changing it became an unmistakable signal. The old emperor is gone. Conclusion. So no, ordinary people didn't really mourn the emperor emotionally, but they definitely felt it. In their weddings, in their festivals, in their hair, and in their farming schedules. In ancient China, when the emperor died, the entire country quietly paused, even if you didn't care.